Welcome to Teolumen Insights, where we reveal the hidden forces that shape the way you live and show you how to use them to create real transformation and supercharge your health, mindset, and daily life. Here are your hosts, Emma Greenwood and Nathan Sinclair.
Welcome back to Teolumen Insights, ready to dive deep.
Always.
Today we're exploring the fascinating work of Wagner Alegretti.
An electrical engineer who took a rather sharp turn.
Yeah, into consciousness research.
But it's fascinating how his engineering background actually informs his approach.
Exactly. It's not just a whimsical shift, right?
Right.
So we're talking retrocognition, reincarnation.
Not your typical engineering topic.
That's the vol. Our source material is Alegretti's interview on Thinking Aloud with Jeffrey Mishlove.
Oh, great interview.
Yeah, and what's so intriguing is Alegretti's perspective on these abilities.
Like how to develop them.
Yeah, not as mystical gifts,
But as skills you can hone.
through conscious effort, energy work,
It really challenges that traditional view.
that it's only for certain people.
Right. He says they're potentially for everyone.
I love that. So empowering, right?
Absolutely.
Let's start with Alegretti's journey. It began with OBEs as a teenager.
Spontaneous out-of-body experiences.
Yeah, and that sparked his curiosity.
Instead of just accepting them,
He wanted to understand them.
that blend of personal experience and scientific rigor is what makes his work so compelling.
So true. He didn't just want to have the experiences.
Right.
He wanted to know the how and the why.
Exactly.
This led him to retrocognition.
Perceiving past events.
And this is where things get interesting.
It really does.
Alegretti believes accessing past life memories is possible without hypnosis or therapy.
Really?
Yeah, based on his own experiences and years of research with students.
Whoa.
And key to this is his concept of the psychosoma.
A subtle body.
Yes, existing alongside our physical one.
Okay.
And he says the psychosoma, not the brain,
Hmm.
acts as the repository for these past life memories.
So not just dusty memories filed away.
Not at all. Something much more fundamental.
Still part of this other body.
Exactly. And OBEs can make accessing the psychosoma
And its memories.
much easier
Like stepping outside the limitations of our senses.
and tapping into a wider field of awareness.
I like that.
So how do we tap into this psychosoma?
Good question.
This is where Alegretti's technique of velo comes in.
Voluntary energy longitudinal oscillation.
Yes. Essentially, it's a way of manipulating our bioenergy.
The energy that flows through us.
Yes, like becoming aware of and controlling the currents of our internal energy system.
Kind of like energy mindfulness.
I like that analogy. Is it similar to practices like Qigong or Reiki?
There are definitely parallels.
Okay.
Alegretti describes velo as inducing a vibrational state.
A heightened state of consciousness.
Exactly, and this facilitates communication between the psychosoma and the physical brain.
So we can consciously influence the connection between our physical and subtle bodies.
That's what he suggests.
Through this energy work. That's pretty mind-blowing. What does this vibrational state actually feel like?
Well, Alegretti describes it as a buzzing or tingling sensation throughout the body with heightened awareness, a sense of expansion.
Wow.
He even shares an anecdote about remembering an OBE after practicing velo.
Suggesting a link.
Yes, between energy work and accessing these expanded states.
That's incredible. Like bridging the gap between everyday awareness
Yeah.
and these more subtle realms of experience.
I love that description.
So let's say we mastered these techniques, access the psychosoma, experience retrocognition.
Okay.
What happens then? Is it just uncovering past lives? Or is there more?
Alegretti goes deeper, exploring the intermission period between lives.
Oh, interesting.
He suggests we're not blank slates between incarnations,
We remain.
lucid and conscious,
Really?
reflecting on past lives, planning the next,
An all
collaborating with others.
like a cosmic planning session.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are these others we're collaborating with?
He calls them soul groups,
Okay.
clusters of individuals who reincarnate together.
Playing different roles.
Yes, evolving across multiple lifetimes.
So our lives are interconnected on a much deeper level than we realized.
Absolutely.
He even describes meeting his pre-incarnate son during an OBE.
Wow, that's powerful.
It really challenges our understanding of family, connection itself.
It does make you think.
But this is getting pretty deep.
It is.
Let's step back for a moment.
Okay.
Where does science fit into all of this? Can we measure any of this?
That's where Alegretti's engineering background comes full circle. He's passionate about finding scientific ways to validate these experiences.
Measure them.
Yes. And he believes understanding bioenergy is the key,
Specifically.
a concept he calls energy coupling.
Energy coupling. What does that mean?
It refers to the interaction between bioenergy and the physical world.
Okay.
Alegretti believes we can learn to couple our energy with the environment, potentially influencing physical matter.
Wow, influencing matter.
He conducted experiments with collagen gels.
Like the stuff in skincare product.
Exactly, a common protein in living organisms.
Okay.
And he found changes in the electrical resistance of these gels when exposed to bioenergy.
So the energy from individuals trained in velo was impacting these gels.
That's what the research showed.
That's wild. So our energy can have a measurable effect.
It seems so.
Did he do any research on the brain itself?
He did, using fMRI technology to study brain activity,
With
velo, and the vibrational state. The findings were fascinating. Increased activity throughout the brain, but the signal was also detected outside his skull.
Hold on, that's not supposed to be possible.
It's certainly intriguing.
How did he explain that?
It suggests something beyond the physical brain was being detected.
Like,
Perhaps the psychosoma itself? He even uses the term parabody to describe this energetic extension of ourselves that interacts with the physical world.
okay, my mind is officially blown.
Mine too.
So we're not just talking about sensing energy, but potentially projecting it
Yes.
and influencing the physical world with our minds.
It certainly pushes the boundaries of what we typically consider possible.
It does, and this is where Allegretti's concept of paraperceptions comes in.
Yeah, perceptions.
It's a term he uses to describe expanded perceptual abilities. Retrocognition, clairvoyance, even telepathy.
All latent within us.
He believes so, and that they can be developed through effort and energy work.
Particularly.
Velo.
So he's basically saying we all have the potential to become psychic.
Well, he might not use that term, but the implications are certainly there.
Fascinating.
He sees these paraperceptions as an extension of our natural senses.
Tapping into those subtle energetic realms.
Exactly. This is heavy stuff. Where does Alegretti think all of this is heading?
That's the question.
What are the implications of his research for the future?
That's something we'll explore further as we delve deeper into his work.
This has been quite a journey already, and we're just getting started.
I can't wait to dive in deeper after the break.
Me too. We'll be right back to continue our deep dive into the mind-blowing world of Wagner Alegretti.
Alegretti's vision for the future is really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't just see this research as an intellectual thing. He believes it holds the key.
To
A radical transformation. Humanity and our relationship with the planet.
So it's not just about personal growth, understanding past lives?
No, it's much bigger.
What then?
He introduces this concept of cosmoethics.
Cosmoethics.
It's an ethical framework.
That goes beyond our current norms.
Exactly.
Cosmoethics. Sounds pretty grand.
It does, doesn't it?
What does that even mean?
He suggests that accessing past lives and other dimensions, techniques like velo, can give us a much broader perspective on ethics,
Okay.
one that transcends cultural and societal limitations. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings, the consequences of our actions.
Not just in this life.
Not just in this life, but across lifetimes.
So it's not just about being good in the traditional sense,
Right.
but understanding those ripple effects.
Across time, even dimensions.
That's a pretty big shift.
It is.
In perspective.
And Alegretti believes this expanded ethical awareness is crucial to the future of humanity. He envisions a world where children are taught to perceive and manipulate bioenergy
From a young age.
from a young age,
Well,
like fostering a deeper understanding, their own consciousness,
Wow.
and its impact.
Wow. So kids learning energy work
Yeah.
as naturally as they learn to read and write.
It's a bold vision.
It is. He sees it as a way to cultivate a generation.
More in tune with themselves,
Yeah.
with each other, and the planet.
He believes by understanding and harnessing bioenergy, we can address some of those pressing challenges.
Like,
Environmental degradation.
yes.
Social conflict. It's almost like a blueprint, the more conscious and interconnected society,
like that.
where we're not just exploiting resources,
Right.
but actively co-creating a better future.
Using the power of consciousness.
Exactly.
He sees this shift in consciousness as essential
For our survival
for our survival.
as a species.
He believes we're at a critical juncture, and the choices we make now determine the fate of future generations.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Uh.
But if these abilities are latent within all of us,
Yes.
wouldn't that mean we have the potential to create that future?
It's both daunting and hopeful.
It is. And he emphasizes that we don't need to wait
Right.
some grand shift to happen.
Right.
We can start cultivating these abilities now.
Through practices like taking ownership of our evolution,
Becoming active participants.
shaping a better future.
So it's not just about understanding these concepts,
No,
but putting them into practice.
that's where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly.
Alegretti's work isn't just theoretical.
Okay.
He provides tools and techniques, accessing these expanded states.
And developing.
Our own paraperceptions.
Speaking of paraperceptions, I have to ask about the alien encounters. Meeting extraterrestrial beings during OBEs.
Sounds like science fiction.
It does.
Yeah.
But he describes these encounters with such sincerity and detail.
It's hard to dismiss them.
So what kind of information did he get from these beings?
He claims they shared insights about their origins, technology, and their reasons for visiting Earth.
Wow.
He even describes learning about advanced energy healing techniques
From extraterrestrials?
from extraterrestrial beings.
Wow, that's quite a claim. Do you think he literally traveled to other planets?
During these OBEs,
Or could it be more symbolic?
that's a question that sparked debate.
Yeah.
Some believe these are literal physical experiences in other dimensions,
Okay.
while others see them as symbolic representations,
Hmm.
aspects of Alegretti's own consciousness.
It's fascinating. Either way, it points to the vastness of reality, the
Mhm.
potential for experiences beyond our understanding.
Absolutely.
But let's bring it back to Earth.
Okay.
If Alegretti is right about bioenergy, what are the practical implications? How could this knowledge be used to benefit humanity?
The possibilities are mind-boggling.
In what way?
He envisions a future where bioenergy is integrated into everything.
Like healthcare, education, technology.
Yeah.
Imagine using bioenergy to accelerate healing, enhance learning, even power devices.
That's incredible. It almost sounds like science fiction.
It does, doesn't it?
But if he's right about energy coupling,
Yes.
those measurable effects...
Maybe it's not so far-fetched.
Exactly.
He believes that by understanding and mastering bioenergy, we can unlock a whole new level of human potential.
Transcending our current limitations.
Then opening up a future filled with possibilities.
But with great power comes great responsibility, right?
Of course.
What about misuse of these abilities?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
Alegretti addresses this through cosmoethics. He emphasizes developing these abilities, wisdom and compassion,
I'm always considering.
the wider impact.
But it's not just about acquiring power,
No.
but using it ethically for the greater good.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
He believes by cultivating a deep understanding, our interconnectedness
The long-term consequences.
of our choices.
We can ensure these abilities are used to create a harmonious and sustainable future.
For everyone.
For all.
That's a message I think we can all get behind.
Absolutely.
This conversation has been incredibly thought-provoking,
I agree.
challenging my assumptions about reality, consciousness, and potential.
It's been a fascinating exploration.
Oof.
The intersection of science, consciousness, and human potential.
Alegretti's work is both inspiring and challenging.
It is.
It calls us to question our assumptions,
Sure.
awaken to our potential,
Yes.
and actively participate in creating a more conscious and interconnected world.
He reminds us that we're not just passive observers,
Right.
but active co-creators, our own reality and the future of our species.
This has been an incredible journey, exploring past lives, subtle energy realms, and considering the implications for the future.
Absolutely fascinating.
Alegretti's work offers a glimpse into a future that's both exhilarating and daunting,
It certainly does.
where we have the power to shape our destiny,
Yes.
not just individuals, but as a species.
A powerful message.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the remarkable world of Wagner Alegretti.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope it sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore that vast potential within you.
Until next time.
This is Teolumen Insights, signing off. What strikes me is Alegretti's optimism.
Oh, yeah.
He's not shying away from the challenges,
Right.
but he's not pessimistic. He believes we can create a better future.
That's what's so compelling.
He offers solutions.
Not just pointing out problems.
And the solutions aren't just external
The
fixes.
technology.
It's an internal shift,
In consciousness.
an awakening.
To our potential.
It's like he's saying, stop waiting for someone else to fix things.
Yeah.
The power is within you.
Exactly.
And that's where developing paraperceptions comes in.
These abilities.
Not as supernatural gifts, extensions of our senses.
Cultivated through practice.
And
so becoming more fully human.
tapping into those latent abilities.
Exact.
He believes by expanding our awareness
We can access information and insights
to guide us,
in making wiser choices.
individually and collectively.
I like that.
I'm curious about the parabody,
Uh-huh.
this energetic extension of ourselves.
Interacting with the world.
How does that relate to paraperceptions?
Well, he suggests the parabody acts as a bridge,
Between
our consciousness and the subtle energy realms. By learning to control our parabody,
we can.
enhance our sensitivity to these energies, develop paraperceptions.
So it's not just our minds perceiving differently.
No.
Our energy bodies are interacting in new ways.
That's the idea.
He even suggests the parabody can be used for healing
Oh, interesting.
for ourselves and others.
That makes
Sending
sense.
healing energy to people who are ill, even miles away.
Wow.
Makes you wonder about long-distance healing.
The power of intention.
It does. And here's where Alegretti's engineering background comes in.
Uh-huh.
He compares energy flow in the physical world,
To...
the subtle energy flows within us, and the environment,
So he's applying those same principles,
Right.
designing circuits.
to understanding the circuits of consciousness and bioenergy,
Exactly. Bridging science and spirituality.
using his background to validate these phenomena.
It's a good reminder that science is always evolving.
As we develop new tools, new understanding,
What was once paranormal,
might become mainstream,
and Allegretti's at the forefront.
pushing boundaries,
Mm,
challenging us to expand what's possible.
absolutely.
This has been an incredible journey.
Right.
Past lives, subtle energy realms,
Yeah.
the implications for the future.
Oh, it's been fascinating.
Alegretti's work is inspiring and challenging.
It is.
It calls us to question, to awaken,
To our potential.
and to actively create a more conscious world.
A more interconnected world.
He reminds us we're not just observers
But co-creators.
of our reality and the future.
A powerful message.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Wagner Alegretti.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope it sparked your curiosity,
Yeah.
inspired you to explore your own potential.
Until next time.
This is Teolumen Insights, signing off.